Hello, everyone. How are you? How are you? This is Taryn, and we are just like you, everyday people, amazing stories. Episode number 23. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Number 23. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Again, this is just like you, everyday people, amazing stories. This show is about positivity, sharing stories, and if you have a story, and we know you do, I'd love to have you be a guest on the show. So I'd love to have you be a guest on the show. If you have a story or know someone who does, please get in contact with me. This show is about positivity, sharing stories, and everyday people, amazing stories. This sharing their journeys, and we all have a journey. I see my guest is coming on here. Let me see. Oh, Sissy, it says unable to join. Maybe your settings, you might need to check your settings, Sissy, and see if they are set to privacy. So maybe they're set to privacy. It says unable to join. You might need to request to come in here. See if it will work if you request to come in here instead of me requesting you, because it says unable to join. Your settings might be, let me see it again. Maybe that will do it. So while Sissy's coming on again, this is Everyday People, Amazing Stories. Sissy,
Hey,
hello.
how are you?
I just want to give you a virtual hug. I haven't really seen you in real life in forever. Can you hear me?
Hey, girl. Hi.
Breaking up a little bit. Okay. So, can you hear me? Is it me? Okay, good. So just letting people know that we are here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Everyday People, Amazing Stories. This is episode number 13. Please let me know if you have a story, or if you know someone who does. You can. I'd love to have you on the show. If Wi-Fi, for instance, doesn't let us be great, Sissy and everyone else, we will be back. So we're here, 7:30 to 8. So Wi-Fi tends to have a mind of its own, and it does whatever it wants to do. So we will be here, though, 7:30 to 8 p.m. So if something happens, we'll be back. So Sissy, oh my goodness, it is so great to see you. It is so great. I mean, I was just thinking about it before the show. We've probably known each other since we were almost teenagers, right?
Major teenagers.
Early teens, yeah?
Like young.
Late teens?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
we're still young.
I know that. We're still young. But I know I was 19 when I first met you. I think I was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
We're still young. It's just young. We were.
We're just old young now.
Yeah. We're wise young now. We're wise.
Right.
Wise. And so,
right.
I don't want to tell a lot of your story, but I was thinking, we were talking the other day, and I was like, you have been in the game for a long time. And it's just so impressive, you're going to share your story, but I think it's just a story about this, perseverance, and you've been, doing what you wanted to do for a long time. So I don't want to take thunder. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining, by the way. Go ahead and start off with the first question, and that is, just give us a little bit about your journey. And like I said, you've been in the game for a minute, so tell us where it started.
Forever. So I went to college. I went to Norfolk State, and then after I went to Norfolk State, I came back home and I got my degree at Lower Fairfax. I got a business management beauty school in Front Royal, Virginia.
It's breaking up just a little bit. I don't know if it's me or you, Sissy, but I don't want people to miss it. Is it, I don't know if it's, and do you see you're still spinning? It's breaking up a little bit. Yeah.
No, mine's fine. Mine's just fine.
You can hear me and see me okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Okay.
You can't hear me and see me okay?
It was breaking up just a little bit. A little bit. Are you on data or Wi-Fi? I'm on Wi-Fi. Are you on Wi-Fi?
I'm on Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah, we both are. Okay. So
right.
I got to college. So go from there.
Right. So I went to college. Then I went to Front Royal, Virginia, and went to beauty school. Yes. And it was amazing. I went to beauty school for it took about 9 months. And then I was seeking out the salons that I wanted to work at. So I wanted, of course, to work at the best, the most posh salon. So I was working down on Old Town and at Bang Salon. Did you ever come to Bangs?
I'm
Did you
sure
come
I
to Bangs?
did. Yeah, I
Right.
think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was there for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then Christopher sold the business, and the lady that he sold the business to, she didn't want me working for her.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't. She said that I was not going to be a good fit for her business.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
pretty
that
much,
started young, huh?
huh?
I said
What'd
that
you say?
started off young. The obstacles started off young.
Right. So, but it was a blessing in disguise because right after that, there was a building down the street that was for rent. And so I went. There was a for rent sign in the yard, and I went and talked to the young man, and I rented the my building off of him. So that was in 1991, Taryn. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, in 1991. So then I opened up my own salon, and then I took everybody that was working in the salon with me at Bangs to my salon. So how crazy,
Oh.
right?
Uh-huh.
Right. It was like, so you didn't want me there, but nobody else wanted to be there with you. So we worked there for a couple of years, and then everything changed in that area. Do you remember, because you were still here at the time, remember when they had that homeless shelter downtown and they had closed it down?
Vaguely.
Right,
Vaguely.
right,
I think
right.
that was
Old Town.
yeah.
Yep. And so they closed it down. So then all the vagrants were like around my salon all the time. And then when my late night clients, when they would leave out, the homeless people would kind of harass them a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So I had to leave there. I left
Okay.
there and went on the other side of town over in Kernstown.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So now it's Creekside Village.
And I remember, so that's where you've been for a while, because I do remember you moving there.
Right.
And
Yep.
been for a while, right?
Yes, for a long time. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And how did that start out over there?
It was nice. It was a really nice area. I loved it because it was just, well, we all had our individual businesses. You know what I mean? It was amazing. We just the owner of the building was very, very nice. He came in, he fixed everything for me, had fireplace. It was really a nicer end of town. Downtown,
Okay.
downtown Winchester is really nice, but this was just like upper scale. Yeah,
But when you moved, it was already your own, though. When you moved from there to Kernstown, you had already had your own thing at that point, right?
Yes, it was already my own thing. Because when I worked at Bangs, though, I was the sole proprietor too. I had to with booth rent, so I had never really worked for anybody else. You know what I mean?
So what made you? I mean, that's still such a young age, such a young age to first of all, kind of, take these people with you to work for you, and then to move locations. I mean, you're still young,
Yeah.
like some of us are trying to figure out what the heck we want to be when we grow up. And you figured it out and owned the business and moved and boomed the business.
Yes,
So,
at 21.
yeah.
Yep. I know.
So what gave you that, that oomph to do that? Because that takes a lot.
Right. Well, when I was working at Bangs back then in the 90s, in the early 90s, we made we did really well for ourselves. So I was able to save up a lot of money with the help of my parents because I lived with my mom and dad still, and I didn't have any kids or anything, and just kind of business minded. Like I was always trying to, just excel, and I had been in doing hair since I was 12 years old.
Okay.
I used to do hair out of my mother's kitchen, even before I left for college or anything. So I would do my friends' roller sets or, cut people's hair. So, and I was 12,
Yeah.
So it was just always in my blood to be a hairdresser.
And so it was always in your mind. Was it always in your mind to own your own place, or was it always in your mind to be a hairdresser?
Yes, it was always in my mind to own my own place.
Okay.
Because I had started out so early, being 12, I had started doing people's hair in my mom's kitchen. So I had already built a clientele,
Okay.
At 12. When I went to beauty school, I had a full clientele in beauty school.
Oh, nice. Okay. I actually think I remember. I actually think I came to when you were at beauty school. I believe.
Did
Because,
you come to Front Royal? Yeah.
yeah, coming kind of back and forth, and I believe so. I believe so. So what kind of? I mean, I'm assuming that even along that journey. I mean, I'm sure you were kind of still a little footloose and fancy free and whatever. But obstacles did come.
Right.
What kind of obstacles came that you had to deal with at 21, 22 years old? What kind of things?
At that time, it was difficult because it was hard to like keep staff because everybody just couldn't believe that I was that young and and business minded and just wanted so much out of life that young. And so they worked for me for a little while, but then everybody, like the one guy, Christopher, he passed away. And then Doug passed away, because he passed away.
Yeah.
And then another lady named Linda, she went and opened up her own business. You know what I mean? Or it was just kind of like a transition type thing. But that was the most, it was hard trying to keep staff, because they wasn't trying to work for me. They wasn't trying to work for a little young girl.
Yeah. Because you were old enough, they were old enough probably to be your parents, some of them.
Exactly. They were.
Yeah. Hey, Angie, I see one of my friends, Angie's on. She says hello. What kind of things did you, like one thing that I hear a lot, with entrepreneurs, and I hear the importance of, making sure you got your business right, like, can you tell us a little bit about that and how you learned?
Well, the main thing in business is to make sure that you have wonderful products, like amazing products, especially in the hair business. Yes.
Okay.
Amazing products. You have to make sure that you give good quality work. You know what I mean? And you have to make sure that you're just true to your business. You know what I'm saying? Like not trying to be shady, trying to be upfront and open about everything from the beginning. You know what I mean? And that's the main thing. That I think that's why, and always stay current up on your skills, like go to hair shows and makeup shows, and always try to keep your skills up too, because if not, you'll get lost,
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that it's a moving trend, right?
Right.
Like there seems to be a moving trend, but also, there's loyal people. Like I didn't come home a lot. I did not come home a lot. But when I came home, I would tell people, you were the only one I would let touch my hair. Like if I did not go get my hair done, I just didn't go get it done.
Right.
But I did not go to somebody that, so I'm imagining, but I'm still imagining you have to keep up with everything that's going on in the hair industry, because I'm sure one minute somebody, this hairstyle's in style, and then the next minute it's not, so was that a hard process as far as, like, again, you're still young, you're owning a business, and you had to keep
Right. Well, the blessing part of it is that a lot of people that, especially Doug, the one man that worked with me, we would always go to hair shows, because at the time, I don't know if you remember, but I was in a Aveda Concept Salon. So I owned Aveda at the time, remember?
Oh, okay.
Right. So we would always go. They always would have like these Aveda congresses where we would go to the big hair shows. We would go to Minneapolis, to Minnesota. They would be in Louisiana. They would be, just everywhere. Sometimes in Dallas, so wherever the big Congress show was, we would always go. Keeps you current with the products, keeps you current with the styles. And they would also have salon owner type seminars for us as well. Right. And so I would sign up to go to those, which that helped, because you got to make sure they would tell you like all the tax stuff, like what was the taxes, and they would tell you all the trends with employees and what you needed to do. Would you prefer being booth rental, or would you prefer just doing commission? So they gave you all the aspects of running a business. And especially as young as I was, I actually needed to hear from someone older and mature that had been in it for a while.
So here's a question that people often get, and I didn't write this to you, but I'm sure you have the answer right off the top of your head. Were there any naysayers?
Are you serious? Did you ask me that question?
There were a lot, huh?
Oh, girl. It was, Yeah, I am blessed to have been in business for 28 years. 28.
Oh,
That's crazy. 28 years, but there was a lot of people that told me that I couldn't do it. That why am I doing it? You know, are you sure you want to do this? You know, you sure this is the business that you want to get into? And then a lot of people would just come to like just check it out and see what was going on, kind of self-sabotage. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's been, you know, it's been a roller coaster ride. But I mean, I'm blessed that, you know, that I had a God-given talent, you know, and that I have prevailed, you know, all these years, because it has been. Now it gets to the point sometimes where you get a little iffy to where you want to kind of do something different. And I don't think I've ever told you this part, Tam, in our recent conversations. But so I had went to the Salamander Resort and Spa over in Middleburg and worked
Okay.
for Sheila Johnson. You know Miss Johnson that owned BET?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I heard that name.
Yeah, and so I went to work for her I was I did bridal hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they needed, and it's just something to break it up. I had been in business for so long. So this was in 2015.
Okay.
And I did that. Yep, I did that for a couple of years. And that was fun just to add a little spice into my life since I had been doing the same thing for so long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I can imagine there were people who said, you know, all those questions you just mentioned, like why, and are you sure you want to do it, and can you do it, and
Yep.
you know, I think that's the 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 part to the show that I love, right? There's so many people who've had these people come into their life and, you know, hate on them and, you know,
Yes.
be young and be talented. And to what you said is so right. Like you had a God-given talent.
Yep.
And when God gives us our stories, no one's going to take those away.
No. Well, and another thing that really helped me too, Taryn, is that my mother was my receptionist. So, you know, when you have family, you know, and that's your mother, you know, your mother is never going to sabotage you. You know, my
Right.
mom was never going to do anything but to help my business grow, or to make sure that if somebody was coming for me, she was going to make sure that like, she was going to let me know like, oh, they coming for you. You better watch out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was perfect to have her and my dad's support. You know, it was just amazing to have that.
You're
Yeah.
getting a lot of loves on that. You're getting a lot of,
Yeah.
and so you know your mom would be like, ooh, he or she's coming in, and you girl, you zip it. You better not say nothing to them because they are watching every move you make, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful. And there's a lot of times, you know, in life and anything that you do, and especially if you're, you know, semi-successful in it, that
Mm-hmm.
people don't want you to be successful.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, well, we just won't go to her. How about just not going to her and let's see her fall on her face? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all of that, you know, I've had to deal with a lot in business, but you know, praise God, I've prevailed.
Yeah, but you stayed true to the game, you know? Like I
Yep.
said, I said, I mean, I didn't come back often, you know, I didn't come back to Virginia
Right.
often. I haven't, you know, been back a lot, but when I did, I would be like, no, I'm only letting one person touch my hair. I'm just not getting it done. And I didn't even do that often, but when I did, I knew where I was going,
That's
you know?
right. Well, and that is another thing, is that my clients, I thank my clients so much because they are so faithful. I mean, you know, to be in this, and I have many clients that have been coming to me for the full 28 years since I've been in business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had a client that she came in today, and I've been doing her since downtown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so because of COVID, she brought her husband in. Her husband used to go to the barbershop. And he told me, he was like, oh no, I had to come in because my wife talks so highly of you. And I've heard about you all over all these years that I had to come and get you. He said, you know, those barbershops are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you know, having it clean and all that. So he came and got his haircut for the first time.
Wow.
Yes. And I have been doing her for 28 years. You
Yeah.
know? Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of.
Who are watching who know me, some of you may know me with no hair, so you've met me with no hair. Sissy met me when I had a full teenage head of hair,
Yeah.
like thick and long, and I don't even know what you call it. Like it was a lot of hair, right, Sissy? Like
A lot. So
a lot.
much hair. So much hair.
A lot.
Yep.
I miss it some days. I may have to talk to you a little later about what I should do. You know, I just want to, maybe I get a wig or something, like just to be a new person for
Right.
a while. But
Just a new person for a while.
yeah, some days I miss it. What advice would you give to somebody? I was telling you earlier, there's somebody that could be listening or that will listen to this that's 18, 17, 19, and they're saying, you know what, when I get out, I don't want to work for anybody.
Right. Well, the main thing is just to follow your dreams, follow your heart. And if there's something that you want to do, just be very, you have to take the time to become aware of, like with me, I went and got my business management degree first. So I actually knew how to run a business. You know what I'm saying? Because people think that it's really easy, like it's just so easy. You have to order products. You have to make sure you got your accounting in order. You have to pay your taxes quarterly. There's a lot of things that you have to do as a business owner. So my first suggestion would be to make sure that you understand and you are, you get your degrees in what you need to get your degrees in first. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that really,
I said you're getting some wisdom and you're getting some comments, wisdom, and some claps on that one. You got to get your stuff in order.
Yeah. You really have to really know what you're going at and what you're going for, because if you just try to go out here and wing it by yourself, just without any knowledge, 9 times out of 10 you will fail. But if you go and you do your due diligence and you make sure you get your school done, get your schooling, whatever you need for, like if it's computers or anything that you're going to need for your business, you make sure you get that foundation first.
So make sure what she's saying, guys, is make sure you get that foundation. Make sure you have your business stuff in order. It's not as easy as it looks, right, Sissy?
Right. It's not as easy as it looks. And that's what everybody thinks, that it is so easy, but it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, it's, in the beginning, and I can look back now, being 28 years in the game, and it seems like it was easy, but there was obstacles along the way. There was things that I had to, like there would be some times where I would have someone come and say, hey, I want to work for you. Right. And they were actually in beauty school. And when they would be in beauty school, they would say, well, when I get out of beauty school, I'm going to come work for you. And then, so they would be working underneath me. I would be teaching them how to cut hair. I'd teach them how to do highlights, how to do color, how to do all kinds of stuff, Taryn. The minute they graduated, they never came.
Oh.
Right. Never came to my salon. So I had sit here and poured hours into this person, teaching them all my skills that I know, teaching them, you know what I mean? Teaching them, highlights and the formulas for color. And if this person wants this color, how do you get them to that point? Or even if there was a client would bring in a haircut and they would say, how do I get the person to this? I would show them step by step. They would stand right beside me. I clip it off, show them exactly what to do, your sections and everything. And Taryn, I mean, this happened a couple of times where they were in beauty school saying that they were going to come work for me after they got out. And they went and worked at Regis, or they went and, opened up their own salon, and was never going to come work for me.
Right.
So
and there's nothing you can do to protect against that. Or did you learn something? Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing that you can do to protect yourself from that. Nothing.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That would make me livid. Number one.
Yeah.
And then to your point, it's just like, there's nothing to be able to be, almost defenseless against it really stinks, that there are people that, are out there that will do that. And who, like you said, who knows what they did with what you taught them,
Exactly.
What you taught them, and they took it away.
Right. I taught them, but you know what? I fared them well. Like, I wished them all the luck in the world once I found out where they were working at. I wish them the best of luck, because, you don't get anywhere tearing anybody down. You know what I'm saying? And we're all in the same business. So let's just be friends in the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough. But, it's like you said, after it happened to you a couple of times, I'm sure you kind of got hit to that too,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah. Think you're coming in? Nope. I don't think so.
So tell us a little bit. We have, let's see, we're almost out of time. I got 2 more things I want to ask you. So Tell us a little bit about the 2 things, and you can answer them in whatever order you want to answer them in. 2 things are, we've talked about, you've started a boutique practice.
Boutique salon
now, and then your brand.
Yes. So back last year, I started a hair oil. Here's my hair oil.
I'm going to send you my address.
Yes, I got to send you some, Miss Taryn. So I invented a hair oil. My mother actually has like a thyroid condition, and she had like a little kind of a thin spot on the top.
Mhm.
And she used to always, try to brush it to cover it up and whatever. And so I just tried to, I did some research on 6 essential oils for hair growth.
Okay.
And my mother was one of my test markets. My cousin Nancy was on my test market. And then another one of my clients, Kathy, she was on my test market. And so I used them to actually, tell me, use it for a couple of months and then tell me the benefits of it before I launched it. So last June, I launched my oil and it has done amazing. I'm very proud of it. Yes, very, very proud of it. So I want to, eventually, I want to have a shampoo and a conditioner to go along with my hair oil and any other products that I can, I'm trying to get with other companies to work on a full product line for my salon. So that's something else that I'm looking forward to.
That's exciting. So is it Tenacity? I missed it. Came to,
Yeah, her name is Tona.
she said she needs some hair oil.
Yes, 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 yes. I got you, Tona. So and then my boutique salon. So let me tell you about this.
Yeah.
So here I am in the salon, working my salon. Girl, I would do 10 to 12 clients a day.
Mm-hmm.
Kicking butt, taking names, like it was tough. It was hard work. And I was working so hard. So March 13th, me and my girlfriends went away. We went to Virginia Beach for the weekend. We come back and they shut my salon down.
2020 or?
Yes, this year, 2020. So on March the 23rd, I got the governor and everybody in Virginia told us that we needed to shut down. And I'm like, oh no, this is going to be crazy. So I had to shut it down, Taryn. I didn't do any more clients after that. And I was off work until the 1st of June. Right. So from March till June. But in that transition time, I had a really long time to think about, do I need to be doing all those clients? No, that was crazy. And with the COVID restrictions, I wasn't able to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to wipe down. I have to wipe down all the chairs and everything, before and after each client. So I have to switch out cakes, and so I have a lot of work to do in between each client now. So I'm averaging about 5 or 6 clients a day in a boutique setting where it's just one-on-one, and it is so amazing. I love it.
Yeah. And so you think so? The next, the final question of the half an hour. I know it went by fast. So
no, that was quick.
That's what I said. We have to have people back on. We'll have to have you back on because you go by so fast. Is now that you've started the boutique salon and your brand is growing, what does that future look like for you? Like
in the future, yes. In the future, I do want to get a full brand. So I want a full shampoo, conditioner, any other products that I can use, that I use that I could use in my salon. And I would love, so my dream is to now, I want to have I want to open up a salon suites, like where you can come into a building and then there's a nail tech there, a barber there, and then just all kind of the beauty industry, but we all have our own suite.
Okay.
Yeah. So either that, or I was also thinking maybe a beauty school, because so many people wanted to learn how my profession and my skill, then I could do, maybe I could do that.
You would be good at that. I think you'd be good at that because you like to teach.
I do.
Share.
I do. Yeah.
I mean, I think it takes in 28 years in the game, you've got to like to share and teach and even teaching people. I think there's something to be said too for like teaching people about their own hair. I know you're talking about a beauty school for people to learn, but I think there's something to be said too. And at 28 years in the game, I'm sure you taught a lot of people about their own hair.
Right.
Because I would be one of those people where I don't know what I didn't.
Yeah, I was the one that had to teach you, Taryn. Yes, I was always like, this is what we're gonna do, Taryn. We need a hot oil treatment, Taryn, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think you taught me how to wrap my hair.
I'm sure I did 28 years ago. I'm sure I did.
Because at like 18, I had no idea.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
wasn't wrapping my hair at night back
Right.
then.
Right. Right. So yeah, yes, my oil is doing amazing. If you need to find me, you can find me on Facebook under Linda Whitmore and Besides Salon, and also on Instagram the same Linda Whit one on Instagram. Yep. So check me out and hit me up if you need some hair oil. Definitely, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send your address. Send me your address so I can get you a bottle, Taryn.
Yeah, and I want people to, people that listen and watch from and now, and in the future, if you are in my home state and for sure my home city of Winchester and Front Royal and Kernstown, you guys have got to check Sissy out. Now, it sounds like I should warn you to say, I'm telling you, you got to book her in advance. Don't probably be like Karen and show up, just show up unannounced. Don't do that. Don't be like Karen. Um, she is as being outside. Like, I just really, Sissy, I want.
Oh, Taryn. Did it freeze up on us? I think it froze up on me, Taryn. It froze up on you, Taryn. I don't know why it froze up. It froze up. Don't leave. Okay. It'll come back. We can't hear you, Taryn. I don't know what happened to the sound. I can't hear you at all. C said we gotta log out.